This episode of Rick and Rick Rule the World is brought to you by Taskin, the first name in ultra-stylish, premium quality travel gear, like the exquisitely designed Taskin One expandable backpack. With 9 practical variations, the Taskin One is always the right size for wherever life takes you next. Save 30% on your next purchase when you use the promo code R&R Take 30. That's R&R Take 30 at TaskinSF.com.
Next up on a Rick and Quick episode of Rick and Rick Rule the World. Are you hankering for some bourbon and brown sugar barbecue chicken wings from Guy Fieri's Flavortown Kitchen? Better plan on home delivery, because you may discover there aren't any dine-in Flavortowns in your area, or anywhere at all. In this episode, the Ricks chew on a topic that's been trending at least since the start of the pandemic: the rise of so-called ghost restaurants. Commercial kitchens that operate multiple brands under the same roof in order to boost their bottom line. For Flavortown Kitchen, that means food prepared by Buca di Beppo, Brio Italian Grill, or others. Oh, and if you're ordering from Pasquelli's Pizza and Wings, hang tight, because that may not be quite what you think it is either. This is kind of an ongoing story that we've talked about a couple times on the show, ghost restaurants, and you came across a story that I found interesting. It was from Hampton Roads, Virginia, that had some interesting insights on these ghost restaurants.
Yeah, and we keep talking about this mostly because I had that Guy Fieri chicken thing one time, which, by the way, was fantastic. No diss on that. And then every time I talk to somebody about it, they give me another company that I had no idea did them. And so a couple weeks ago, somebody said, have you heard about this Pasquelli's Pizza? And I was like, no, I haven't heard anything about that. And they said, if you order it, it's actually Chuck E. Cheese. I'm like, no, that's not true. I looked it up. It was true. Yeah. And so apparently there's a whole bunch of these, and I had I had no idea, and some of them are fairly well-known companies that are doing this secondary thing. Red Robin has a company that Wing Depot, Chicken Sammy's, Fresh Set, and then you've got Guy Fieri's Flavortown that we talked about. I don't remember who's on that back of that. Chili's has got It's Just Wings. The Macaroni Grill has got Twisted Mac. Ruby Tuesday has got the Captain's Boil and Pasta Americana. Boston Market's got Rotisserie Roast. The Outback, believe it or not, the Outback has even gotten into the game. They have Tender Shack. And here's the best one. And Arby's has, this is actually pretty hilarious. Arby's has one called Market Fresh. Yeah. That's what we've come to expect from Arby's.
Yeah. Jeez.
And it's crazy. I had no idea that all the, this isn't just one of these 1 or 2 underground things. It's a legit, everybody's into it.
Yeah, and apparently from that story, it was talking about how some of these brands are having a hard time getting people to order takeout during the pandemic. It wasn't something that you'd immediately think of ordering for takeout, so they kind of created these other brands to serve these things in, under a different brand. And that Chuck E. Cheese one cracked me up, the Pasquelli's, because it sounds like it's a great pizza place. You probably didn't think about Chuck E. Cheese when you were thinking about pizza during the pandemic, and it was a way for them to serve it, even though it was the same thing you would get at Chuck E. Cheese. I found that fascinating. Now, I did find a story, I think it was at 48hills.org, with some of the funniest ghost restaurant names in the Bay Area. One was Walk the Walk for Chinese food, Wham Bam Burrito, Nachos Muchachos, and Bitch Don't Grill My Cheese. And apparently there is one company, I don't see the name here just now, that actually their whole thing is to be a ghost restaurant for a bunch of different brands. So it's one kitchen that is creating a lot of the foods for these brands.
Yeah, and there was a whole thing, and this is one of the stories we actually talked about 2 times ago. There was a place called Blowfish Sushi, and then all of a sudden they went out of business, and then all of a sudden Blowfish Sushi showed up as a ghost kitchen, and people are just like, hey, what's going on here? Somebody stole their name. It turned out that somebody reopened in the exact same location, and a lot of the ones you just read, a lot of those are actually based out of that same kitchen. They just make all that stuff and deliver it in different packaging.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's an interesting technique, but I also kind of feel like, I don't know, would I be happy to learn that my Pasquelli's was Chuck E. Cheese or the other ones if it's presented to me as something different, but it really doesn't matter.
I know. I have the same emotional dilemma. On one hand, it's like, I don't want Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
Right.
But on the other hand, because like I've been into Chuck E. Cheese, their pizza's not good. But if they can make a pizza that's good and deliver it to me and put it under a different name, maybe I'm okay with that, right? Because it's not the Chuck E. Cheese that I'm not a big fan of. So I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Yeah. That's a really tough one.
It really is. It'll be interesting to watch how this whole phenomenon develops.
Maybe we need to send this out to the viewers and have people tell us what they think. Do they feel, deceived by these ghost kitchens, or, are they a fan of them?
Yeah, tell us, folks. We'd love to hear your input because we're betwixt and between. We're ambivalent about it as of yet. So we'd love to hear your opinion.
That's right.
Thanks for listening to this Rick and Quick episode of Rick and Rick Rule the World. Until next time, stay safe, keep each other safe, and keep on coming back to the one show where everybody's name is Rick.
And everybody rules the world.